Welcome back to Your Hour. Joining me now is Jamie Whitfield, who is, among other things, my assistant. And Jamie has been doing kind of a series with us here. She is a recovering addict, and like I say, I kind of hate to just label you that way because you're so much more than that.
Thank you.
But because you are, you want to reach out and help other people who might have a similar problem to find the balance that they need to get into recovery and to stay there.
Yes.
We talked about triggers last week. This week, why don't we talk a little bit about the thought processes, because you have to process things a little differently than other people may have to process things in order to stay in a frame of mind that keeps you clean.
Yes. I always say my first thought is wrong.
No matter what.
No matter what. So then I go from there. And it's just about just being in recovery or being delivered from your addiction.
I like that term. I do.
It comes with some work to just retrain your brain. Our brain is wired differently than a person that isn't active in their addiction, or even our brain is still healing for at least 2 years after we quit doing drugs or alcohol, whatever your choice. So it takes time for our brain to heal, and it takes time for our thinking to just be retrained to rethink things, because when we think of cognitive thinking, that is a skill that your brain does, and it has a response to stress, experiences, things that feel good, and so we have to, things that made us feel good was running to the drugs.
Right.
So we have to tell our brain, no, this is not what we want. We want something healthy. We're going to put in something healthy, like thoughts or meditation or prayer, or just speaking about things that get your mind detoured off the fact that we don't need that instant gratification anymore. We need to process what's going on inside of our brains and get it out and just retrain it.
And in order to do that, you really need the support of your group, because I know
Yes.
that you have attended meetings since you started recovery.
Yes.
You attend meetings on a regular basis, sometimes multiple meetings in a day, thanks to the technology we have nowadays.
Yes, I do. And that just gives me that, I don't know, that reassurance that I'm not crazy. There is a balance out there when you have the right support to process the thoughts, and eventually them desires and them thoughts, they subside, and then you just start a new way of living and a new way of thinking. That just all goes together.
Yeah. So, in the process of recovery, you attend lots of meetings. You support a lot of people. You support each other. A lot of your meetings are group meetings.
Yes.
And so, you're in a room with online in a room with a lot of other people who have a similar problem or a
Yes.
similar addiction. They're in maybe a different place in their recovery than you're in.
Yes.
And sometimes you can really help each other get to where you need to be.
Well, just through my experience through the NA program, my story is their story, and their story is my story. We're different people, but our stories are the same. There's not one unique person in them groups, because we're all the same. We're addicts, and we have that desire to quit and find a new way of living. And so with that being said, that's where you find that you're not unique. No one's laughing. Nobody's pointing fingers, or talking, side talking about you, because we're all the same, and we all need that support to maintain, to stay clean. And that's all that we're looking for and desiring, when you go into the meetings.
And when you feel like you've reached out and helped someone else, that kind of helps you as well, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And they tell us in the program that in order for me to keep what I have to give it away.
Yeah.
I have to give it away to the next person, you know, and that feels rewarding to me to give them, and even if they don't take it, they can take what they want or they can leave it, you know, but what I have been given, and the opportunities and the doors that have opened for me, and going through my journey of recovery, or being recovered, I should say,
Or delivered.
delivered, yes, I love it. I just know that it works if you work it, and it might not work for everyone the way it worked for me, but I know that the foundation and the tools that they have given me, it helps, and you take what you want and you leave the rest, and you can succeed.
But you really have to have the desire to succeed.
That's the main thing is having that desire, and that is the only part of being in the NA program, is the membership, is this desire to want to stop and stay stop. That's the only requirement.
Well, I know that, once you quit using and you started your recovery process, I know that you've told me a number of times in private, but you've told me a number of times about how you feel like a cloud has been lifted from
Yes.
your brain.
Yes, it has, and just, I believe, for me, it's been a spiritual awakening. Spiritually, I just feel I'm so rich in spirit. I've been awakened in that aspect, and our program is designed. It's a spiritual program, within, of your higher power, of your understanding. It doesn't have to be God. Whatever you choose your higher power to be, a power greater than yourself, and it does. It's just so uplifting to be clear, and I feel free.
Yeah.
I'm free. I am free and delivered.
And a queen.
Yes, I am.
One of these days, I want you to show me your crown.
I'm sitting on it.
That's funny. So, part of the process is you enlisted or started living in an Oxford house.
Yes.
And I think that is such a cool program. I really like the
Yes,
Oxford
it is.
houses.
It has given me the opportunity to surround myself with more recovering people, the fellowship. They're my sisters in recovery, and they give you that support that you need, that, if you just go home into the same environment that you left before you went to seek your help or go to treatment or jail, whatever help you received,
Yeah.
to quit. It just gives you that other layer of support and a different way of living, that, because as addicts we have a hard time trusting people.
Yeah.
And so when you go into the Oxford, you learn how to be accountable, trustworthy to them, for them and you. I believe it's a program that, gives you that integrity, gives you more integrity and accountability.
And we learn